Alright, so I am ready to compete in my first Pokemon tournament in almost 2 years, and that's exciting and terrifying at the same time. And it's also in a format I've never really played until this week, so we'll see how it goes. I have never done the restricted format. I'm not a big fan of it personally. I'm not really a huge fan of major legendaries like Dialga, Palkia, etc. But I wanted to get back into competitive Pokemon, and this seemed like a good opportunity. So I've got my team, I'm ready to go. And while I'm waiting for this first match, I guess maybe I should explain the team a little bit. I've got Zacian and Kyogre seem to be the most popular core, or the most popular main Pokemon to build a team around in this format. So I just wanted to do something simple. I didn't want to do anything fancy, so I just went with those two. So I've got Zacian and Kyogre as the sweepers. I have Venusaur as well as another sweeper, and sort of as a pseudo Sun counter, because obviously he's going to be able to take out Groudon with G-Max Fine Lash. With Max Quake, he's going to be able to take out those fire types that would otherwise weaken him, and he has Chlorophyll, so that way he outspeeds most Pokemon in the Sun. And then the rest of the team is all support. I have Amoonguss for redirection, so like if I'm going against a Regieleki that wants to use Thunderbolt or Volt Switch into my Kyogre, then I can redirect that into Amoonguss, which it resists electric attacks. I have Incineroar, another Pokemon I'm not a big fan of, but it's pretty essential in this format. So he's my Intimidate Pokemon with Fake Out, Parting Shot, and Taunt, as well as Snarl. I wanted to do Rock Slide, but then I remembered that he doesn't outspeed anyone, so not going to be very much help there. And then lastly, I have Regieleki, who's there for speed control. And my first match, this is already a pretty unorthodox team to start up against, because from what I've seen, Dialga and Ho-Oh aren't super popular. So I've been messing around with it, and I've really got my strategy down so far. But I do think that this time, I don't really know what I want to do. I think I gotta have Zacian. I've been mostly leading with Zacian and Incineroar, which is I think what I want to do here. That Ferrothorn is scaring me a little bit, because I don't have any like real solid counters for it. This is going to be interesting, to say the least. We'll see how this goes. I'm a little bit worried, but Let's see who he leads with. I can't read that, so Ho-Oh and Hippowdon. Alright. So both of those Pokemon weaken Zacian, which isn't great. And Ho-Oh resists every move that I have. So that isn't good either. And I'm a little bit nervous that they're going to Dynamax Ho-Oh, which I definitely don't want. That wouldn't be good. So I kind of feel like the best move would be Behemoth Blade and Fake Out, which is, so that way I have it covered, because I'm more worried about Ho-Oh than Hippowdon. Okay, it's not going to Dynamax, which is good. It's a Rocky Helmet, so it's probably a bulky Ho-Oh. I think it gets Regenerators, its hidden ability, which it does have access to. And in Behemoth Blade isn't doing too much, so that isn't great either. At least it's not going to be able to hit me. And there's the Earthquake, okay. Alright, at least it's not doing too much damage, thanks to Intimidate. And I think the play is probably Behemoth Blade into Hippowdon, and then Parting Shot into Ho-Oh, just to cripple it a little more. Okay, so they... Okay. So who are they sending out? Is that Ferrothorn? Yep, that's Ferrothorn. So that's some damage right there. That's about 66% of its health, which is good. Okay, and I crippled Ferrothorn's attack, which, I mean, meh. So the interesting thing I can do here is I can send out Kyogre and try and bait a Grass attack into its slot, and then switch out to Venusaur. That's something I can play around with. So they're probably going to Dynamax Dialga. Stealth Rock is... Huh. I'm not particularly familiar with Stealth Rock in VGC. I've seen it maybe 2 or 3 times. Well, I've been playing since Sword and Shield. I've been following it for almost 10 years. And that's like the second or third time I've seen Stealth Rock. So I do have Sacred Sword, which is super effective. And then Kyogre's Choice Scarf, so Water Spout should do a ton of damage. Okay. So they want to also try and control the weather. Uh-huh. Yep, should have seen that coming. This is like a stall team of some kind, it seems like. I'm not a big fan of stall. But that was a decent chunk of health on Dialga. And here comes Venusaur, because I feel like they're going to attack into Kyogre. It's probably... I mean, Kyogre and Zacian are both the strongest Pokemon on my team. I wouldn't really say there's a clear, stronger one. But if I lose Kyogre, then I lose control of weather, which is bad. And obviously I haven't knocked out any of their Pokemon yet, so them knocking someone out first would not be good. Also don't want to be locked into Water Spout as long as these two are still in the match. So I want to be able to reassess and then come back in with a better move. Plus here, I can, next turn I can Max Quake, or I can... Well, I'll figure it out as I go along. But that plus attack is going to be good. Or, never mind, I'm thinking... I don't have plus attack. I'm not Dynamaxed. Okay, but now my attack is back to neutral. Not great. Leech Seed on Zacian. Also not good. Yeah, they are doing a number on me a little bit. But I think that Behemoth Blade should knock out. That way, if anything does happen, then... Okay, they're sending in Kyogre, or Ho-Oh, right? Yeah, so that Max Quake isn't going to do anything. I should have seen that coming and used Max Strike. Because I think that does change based on the weather. Not sure, but we'll see. And now I can just hope that I outspeed Dialga. No, I G-Max Venusaur, and I don't even get to use anything. That sucks. I'm really about to 0-1. That's not good. So what I can do here is I can switch to Kyogre, then I can switch to Incineroar. I still have some flexibility. I still have some room to try and win this. I suspect that they're going to switch into Ferrothorn, because they're not going to let Ho-Oh lose. Because I think they know that Ho-Oh's done for if it takes an attack from Kyogre. And I think Dialga's gone, regardless. I think Kyogre outspeeds it. So really it all depends on whether... Like, I think this is the crucial turn. Yeah, here comes the Ferrothorn. Yep, so Sacred Sword into that is going to be good. Water Spout, good. Knocked out Dialga, that's excellent. The only thing is, now I'm at -1 attack with Zacian, which isn't great. I mean, it's still super effective, but yeah, that's not a lot of damage. Now, they're gonna... I don't know if they're gonna switch out Hippowdon or Ho-Oh. Either way, I think Incineroar is the right move. Zacian gets one more KO. Or one more move, rather. So this is tough. I think my odds are slim. Because Kyogre isn't doing any damage to Ferrothorn. And I wish that I had thought of it. But, I mean... I didn't really think about it too much. So Zacian dies this turn. Alternatively, I can do that. I still have Water Spout. Kyogre probably gets seeded this turn. This is a risky move, but in the long run, it could work out. Because now Hippowdon's at -1 attack again. Probably used Earthquake to get some spread damage. Okay, Ferrothorn used Protect, which is fine. I'm glad I didn't keep Zacian in. Now Hippowdon's going to take that entire attack, so I can switch in Zacian, basically sacrifice it if I want, and then I can fake out on Ho-Oh next turn. This is big. This is really big, actually. So I can sacrifice Zacian. I can fake out Ho-Oh, or I can taunt. Actually, why wouldn't I taunt Ferrothorn? Like, Ho-Oh is not outspeeding Kyogre. So if I can taunt Ferrothorn, or even better, I can fake out Ferrothorn. That does a little bit of damage. I still have Zacian in the back, just in case. This is actually a good play, I think. Control of the weather at this point doesn't really seem like too big. Okay, so Ho-Oh recovers, that's fine. Yeah, I think sacrificing Zacian is probably the best move I have at this point. We'll see. That way I can do at least one more Rain Boosted Origin Pulse or Water Spout. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So, doesn't get taunted this turn. We're gonna see Earthquake. Ooh. So yeah, I have to bet my entire game now on a Rain Boosted Origin Pulse being enough to win the game. Okay. And we've only seen 2, I believe, of Ferrothorn's moves. We've only seen Leech Seed and Protect. Ah, I wish I had gotten a taunt. Oh, that would have been so good if I'd been able to do that. If I hadn't Gigantamax Venusaur, this would probably be a much different game. It all comes down to this, and I'm terrified. I mean, I don't think, even with it is. But, I mean, this could be game right here. I mean, that's big damage on Ferrothorn. So, I mean, as long as I can hit it one more time with Rain Up, I could win. I mean, I wish that I had thought of Ferrothorn a little bit more, but, you know, I can't live with regrets. I mean, it's one Pokemon. I think my team's fairly consistent, but we're going to see how this does. It's got leftovers. So next turn, it's going to have a lot of health. And they're going to protect. So we'll see. Imagine if I got a crit. How sick would that be? Can we get a crit? Ooh. Oh, that really isn't good. Ah. Yeah, I think I lose this game. That's fine. Stall is not fun to play against. I can tell you that 100% for a fact. They're going to try and protect again. It's going to miss. Or not. Okay, they're going to go for Gyro Ball or something. They're going to end the game here, essentially. Yeah. Yeah, GG. Dang. All right. I think you get 15 games per day, and it's a 3-day tournament, so yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. All right, round 2. And I know exactly what this team is planning, and I don't like it. They've only got one major legendary, though, so that's a bit weird, I think. I think I wanted to stay the course and do the same team, because Amoonguss and Regieleki are, like, they're a bit more niche support than Incineroar is. Because as much as I hate to admit it, Incineroar really is probably one of the best Pokemon Game Freak has ever created, competitively. I mean, it's absolutely insane. Yep, those are the 2 leads that I thought were going to happen. So, I need to get Regigigas out of there as fast as possible. And I can Fake Out. I have Intimidate, which is... Oh, right. Intimidate doesn't work because of neutralizing gas. So, Sacred Sword and Fake Out. And then next turn I'll Parting Shot Regigigas if it isn't dead yet. Actually, I don't even need to do that, I don't think. But Weezing is going to use Heat Wave to try and knock out Zacian, either Heat Wave or Flamethrower. So yeah, I need to get Regigigas out of here. Oh, and that's a Dynamax. I don't like that. That is awful. I think I just lost. I'm 0 for 2. You know, I've been winning all week, so I figure as soon as the tournament starts, my chances of winning just down. This is also what I get for not really playing competitive for a while, because now, I mean, I didn't know that Dynamax Regigigas was a thing, and they're going to max strikes, my speed's going to be down. And I lose Incineroar. Jeez. This thing is going to absolutely murder me. So now, I can just hope that Kyogre is enough. And Kyogre and Zacian can take it out. So Behemoth Blade now is what I'm going to do. I should have done that at first. I don't think there was any reason not to. And now we hope that Water Spout will knock it out as well. That's going to be a big hit. Yeah, look at that damage. Okay, my speed is down. Oh, jeez. So it's turn 2. I've lost 2 Pokemon. I'm probably gonna lose a third. I'm probably gonna use Flamethrower or Will-O-Wisp. Oh! Oh, that's big. That is absolutely massive. Okay. That was probably the best evasion I've ever seen. I was scared to death of that Will-O-Wisp. And then, it's amazing. So, now, I Dynamax Venusaur. I think I've got to protect Zacian. I don't know how common Protect is on Zacian, so I don't really know whether they're expecting it or not. I could use Max Quake, which would do a lot of damage, or I could use Vine Lash, which I'm fairly certain Vine Lash would knock out Weezing with that HP, and then we would get the chip damage on Kyogre, but I think the special defense boost is probably better right now, because I do know that they at least have Moltres in their team. That's the one that I remember them having. Comfey is also there. So they probably would be more of a special leaning team. Also now, this is good information for me, because next time I see Regigigas, I'll know to go Behemoth Blade on there instead. Okay, Kyogre's protecting. Zacian is also protecting. And I'm glad I didn't do Vine Lash into it, so basically this turn is just going to end with Weezing dead. Oh, and that's a fast Weezing too, I didn't realize, but I guess since they're going with Max Strike, they did want to invest a little bit in that speed, so that it would be able to outspeed stuff like Zacian. And that special defense up is going to be good. So, here's hoping. Alright, oh, and there's... I forgot about neutralizing gas when Regigigas was dead. Okay, and all the abilities activate at once. Okay, and Tornadus is the last one. So I'm going to Behemoth Blade into Tornadus and Vine Lash into Kyogre. And hopefully that will be enough. Yeah, that's not a lot of damage, because I've got Special Defense up, plus Assault Vest. That's a lot of damage, though. Okay, Zacian is fine. Wow, that special defense up is coming in handy. That is not what we want to see, though. But I can protect Zacian next turn, and Vine Lash. Yeah, I think I win this. And that was a full health Water Spout, and it did next to nothing to Venusaur, and it only did about health, or about half of Zacian's health. So as long as Venusaur doesn't hurt itself this turn, I win. So please, Venusaur, please, 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 I beg of you, just hit this one attack. Let's go. All right. So that's GG. Tornadus is dead from chip damage. Alright, so that was pretty good. Went from losing 2 Pokemon in the first 2 turns to winning. That's pretty good. Alright, so I am now 2 for 2. Or 1 and 1, rather. Yeah. I mean, I wish I was 2 and 2, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll be 2 and 1 after this. Don't want to jinx it, though. Oh, no legendary team. That's a free win. That is absolutely 100% a free win. What do I think their game plan is? I think their game plan is Psychic Terrain, which means no Fake Out. So Incineroar is not really going to be doing any favors for me this game. First win, I'm on the board. Now, Speed Control might be nice. Yeah, Speed Control would be nice to have here. Yeah, I think I'll go with Regieleki. And that Lapras is a little scary, but I'll deal with it. I'm sure I'll be fine. Basically, if I see a Lapras, yep, I'm just going to need to hit right into it. I'm going to need to hit both spots in the Lapras, which gives Duraludon a free attack, but I'm not too worried about it. Because Lapras is one of the most dangerous Pokemon, I think, in Sword and Shield. So I want to Volt Switch into it. Okay, they didn't Gigantamax. That's an interesting move. And I think Kyogre's the smart switch here. Yeah, so Lapras is dead. Now I'm wondering who their Dynamax is going to be. It could be Snorlax. That would be terrifying. Flash Cannon into Zacian. That's fine. I don't really care. Duraludon is going to be devastating, I think, if he Gigantamaxes it. This is an interesting one. Dragapult, okay. We could see Dynamax Dragapult, alternatively. I think for now, Ice Beam Dragapult. And then Sacred Sword on Duraludon. We'll see what that does. Okay, so I outspeed everything. Alright, so shouldn't have been afraid of the Dragon Pulse. Oh, that was a crit. Nice. Why couldn't I gotten that with Origin Pulse a couple of games ago? It's whatever. Yeah, this is an easy game. This is free. Part of me thinks that this is a gimmick team, just to have as many Gigantamax Pokemon as possible, and then with Indeedee, because Indeedee Gardevoir was at least a decent pair back at least at the start of Sword and Shield competitive. But I mean, I'm wondering if this is an older team that they just didn't read the rules and then entered the tournament. Like, once they entered, they realized that... Oh, right, your choice. But once they entered, they realized, oh shoot, you can use restricted Pokemon. Because I like the image of their Indeedee staring down my Zacian and Kyogre. Okay, it lived, that's fine, because it dies here. Alright, so that was a pretty easy win. 2-1. And yeah, I'll continue. I'm just hoping I don't find any more stall, because I do not want to fight a stall team. This looks like another gimmick team. In Regieleki would be nice here, but so would Incineroar. And I think that's a Rapid Strike Urshifu. So he's got three Pokemon. Yeah, he's got 3 Pokemon that are weak to Regieleki. 2 that are weak to Venusaur. Yeah, Incineroar is probably the safe bet here because he does have 3 physical attackers. Probably using both of them. I feel bad for Moongus. I want to use it, but again, it's kind of niche. Okay. So here they're probably gonna... Actually, I don't know who they're gonna Dynamax, because Venusaur is probably the most used Gigantamax, but then Urshifu, its whole gimmick is... It has a max move that breaks through all forms of Protect. So I don't really know what to do here. I feel like whichever one I fake out is gonna be the one that Gigantamaxes. So I'll do Venusaur, just because I am more worried about Vine Lash than whatever Rapid Blows or whatever the max move is called for Urshifu. And then next turn, if they do Gigantamax Venusaur, I can just Behemoth Blade. Oh, and they didn't Gigantamax either one. Interesting. Alright. And then Blastoise and Charizard basically have the same max move as Venusaur. So, again, something else to worry about. And I kind of want to protect, but then if they do Gigantamax, then Wildfire still hits through it. And I think I keep Incineroar in for now, just because it does resist both of their main types. And yeah, there's the G-Max Charizard. As long as I can outspeed it, I can at least get a decent hit in with Behemoth Blade. And then Snarl will lower both of their special attacks, as long as it survives a hit. which ideally it should. Yeah, that was a lot of damage for not very effective. And yeah, I don't live this hit, and I do start taking chip damage, which isn't fun. But I think we're fine. Next turn, I can just send out Kyogre, and it's going to nuke Charizard. Venoshock, I don't know why it would use that instead of Sludge Bomb, because I'm not poisoned. I don't really get what the point of that is. Unless he was too cheap to get TRs, which, I mean, it's pretty easy to get them, so I don't know. A lot of this stuff, I just don't get decisions sometimes. Because, yeah, I seem to come across all, like, the little Timmies who don't know what they're doing. And then part of me feels bad, but then the other part of me is like, it's a free win, take it. I don't know. I mean, the last time I did a tournament, I came across a little Timmy team that was just all Pokemon that could Gigantamax. They didn't seem EV trained or anything. And he didn't even Dynamax any of them. Like, what was the point? Oh, that's gonna be a big hit. Okay. I definitely am not a fan of that. Now I can do one of two things now that I have Kyogre and Venusaur out. And it really all depends on what his last Pokemon is. Actually, I don't even... Unless it's like Zamazenta, I'm not too afraid of it. So I think the play here could be to G-Max Kyogre. That way I can nuke everything he has on the field. I'll figure it out. Okay, so he does have Zacian. I also am thinking maybe he has... Like, maybe he's going to use Behemoth Blade on Venusaur. Thinking that I'm going to G-Max it. So yeah, I think this is the right move. And again, this is that crucial turn of the game where it's going to basically decide the entire match. And Kyogre is Choice Scarfed, but I don't think it outspeeds Zacian. Yeah. On Venusaur? Please on Venusaur. Alright, let's go. Sure, it's a knockout, but that's fine. Because if I can kill Zacian this turn, I just have to deal with Venusaur. This is good. This is a good play. His next turn, I can Max Hailstorm, and I can Fake Out just in case. Or I can Snarl, I can whatever. It's at -2 special attack. It is not hurting me at all. It can't do damage to save its life at this point. And Kyogre looks a little awkward just looking down. Like, I don't know, he just looks so awkward looking down on the opponents like that. Alright, so Max Hailstorm and Fake Out to win the day. And yet, sacrificing Venusaur was definitely the right play here. Because if I had Dynamaxed it, then I wouldn't have a Dynamax Pokemon anymore. Alright, so that's 3 and 1. Good. Certainly better than I've done in the past. This is kind of... I mean, I don't really like Superstition all that much, but this is my lucky track. The Hop tournament theme. Probably like my lucky track for this, because I mean I lost the one game that it wasn't playing. So all right, let's see. Ooh, that's a big rating right there. Zekrom and Kyogre. This is like, I don't know. I mean, I don't really like this. I'm a bit nervous going into this, actually. I'm a little afraid after seeing the rating. Oh yeah, and it's a Japanese player too. It's another thing. They're real good. They're like insane at this game, so. Uh-oh. Ditto? Yep, okay. So here's the play. Hopefully KO their Ditto. And fake out Grimmsnarl. So it can't put up like any screens or anything. And their Zacian is at minus, or is at neutral attack now. Probably Choice Scarfed. Their Zacian's probably Choice Scarfed. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Please, knock it out, knock it out, knock it out, knock it out. Let's... Oh, you're kidding me. Okay, so I need to Protect and Snarl. I wanted to taunt Grimmsnarl, but I think that keeping Zacian in the game is probably more important at this point. Especially since we know it wins the speed tie. It's got Reflect, that's fine. Because now I can switch out to Kyogre or Venusaur depending on who they send out. And then I can taunt Grimmsnarl next turn. And it probably puts up dual screens anyways. So I can Parting Shot whoever they send in. I'll Parting Shot Kyogre. It's probably going to use Water Spout and knock me out regardless, but we'll see. I can hope. Alright, so Scary Face. That's interesting, though. Okay, so Parting Shot isn't going to come out. That's fine. Next turn, I can G-Max Venusaur. And I think I can rest easy, knowing that I'm going to at least hit Kyogre with Thunder. And that'll hopefully be a big enough hit that Vine Lash can do some additional damage on top of that. I'm gonna be honest, I'm terrified right now. Okay, there's the light screen. So that is what we didn't want to happen. And I do partially wish I had used Taunt. Could have taunted turn 1. I had that opportunity. I used Fake Out instead. Probably would have gotten Reflect Up, but that's fine. Well, my Kyogre outspeeds theirs. Vine Lash kills Grimmsnarl next turn. Kyogre almost certainly doesn't kill Venusaur. So I can pile all of my hits into Kyogre, knock it out next turn, they're down to 1. And then hopefully Zacian can come in for the kill. Yeah, the speed doesn't kick in until next turn. If I could get a paralysis here, that'd be huge. But I didn't, that's fine. So Kyogre's gone, and Vine Lash kills. I'm pretty sure Vine Lash kills. If it doesn't, I'm going to be upset. Alright, so pick up the knockout there. Chip damage is going to do Grimmsnarl in. And then they're going to have Zekrom, aren't they? Which they haven't Dynamaxed yet. So it's going to be Dynamax Zekrom. So I can Behemoth Blade. And then Earth Power, or Max Quake. And Intrepid Sword. So I'm at attack +1. I'm nervous going into this turn. Hopefully Venusaur can survive a hit if it does go into Venusaur's slot. They're probably going to use Max Quake or something. Max Quake or Max Lightning into Zacian. So Venusaur is probably good for this turn. Oh, so they are stalling out Venusaur's Gigantamax. That was smart. And they are still taking chip damage from Vine Lash, which is good. Now, I just have to hope that this is enough to knock it out. Please, 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 please. Crit. Something, anything. Please. I'm begging. I'm begging and pleading. Oh, that's not a lot of damage. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not fun. Yeah, it's game over. Oh, GG. Unless I still outspeed and Play Rough knocks it out. If that were to happen. If I outspeed it still. If Behemoth Blade picks up the knockout. No, okay. Alright, note to self. If you come across a Japanese player, you lose. It's good information. It's good information to have. Darn, I thought I had him. Oh well. You're not gonna win them all. Unless you're like Wolf Glick. He'll probably win every match. I don't know, so that's 5. I get 15 today, so yeah. Another team with no restricted Pokemon. I'm actually, like, I'm a bit confused by how many people haven't been using restricted Pokemon. Like, are people not reading the rules? I have no clue. I probably won't even need to Dynamax this game. They've got half of their team is Fire-type. Blaziken, Charizard, Arcanine. And then Tyrantrum, I think, gets one-hit KO'd by Water Spout. Lucario probably does, unless it has Focus Sash. Latios is really the only thing that I need to be worried about. And I can just Behemoth Blade into Charizard, and everything will be fine. Could probably Electro Web. I'll Volt Switch into Lucario. I could just for fun Dynamax Regieleki. Okay, so they're Dynamaxing Lucario. Right. Oh, it's Charizard? Okay. So Charizard dies to Behemoth Blade. We've already tried this. We've already seen how it goes. That's a big hit. Like, I don't think Volt Switch is supposed to do that much damage. Yep, GG. Bye, Charizard. No? Okay. Well, it doesn't kill because of the rain. So we're good there. Lucario might knock it out, though. I don't know who Lucario's targeting. Okay, so they were going into Kyogre, or they were going into Regieleki. And probably Origin Pulse is probably the right move here. Just because I'm losing health pretty fast. I could switch out to a Regieleki again. Yeah, that would be funny, I think. I'm kind of just memeing on this guy because I can. He doesn't have any restricted Pokemon. So I can just do whatever I want, kind of, and feel comfortable that I'm going to win. Okay, Charizard avoided the attack. That isn't great. It's probably going to use Max Overgrowth on Kyogre. Wildfire again. Okay, into a Lucky. Which is fine. And that was kind of just a fluke. Charizard wasn't supposed to live. Do I meme on them and Dynamax Regieleki? I mean, I think that would be hilarious. It's probably not smart, but I could get a speed boost off. Rain boosted Origin Pulse would hopefully be enough to KO Tyrantrum, especially if Regieleki picks up a knockout. And yeah, this is really just a meme on them. And this is why I have bounce on there, so I can do additional speed control. If I lose, I mean, it's what? I still have Zacian and Venusaur, so I think I'm fine. And look at that, I picked up both knockouts, so I think when I'm comfortable enough, when I still have both of my legendaries, it's okay to meme a little bit. I'm probably setting an extremely poor example, but and this is, for the purposes of this tournament, this is a little Timmy team, so I think it's fine to meme on them. Was that Electro? That was Volt Switch, right? Yeah, I think that was Volt Switch. This could knock out. Okay, that was close, though. Yeah, that was good. That was worth it, I think. That was good. Yep, I do want to continue battling. I'm going to do all 15 of my matches. What? This has got to be someone who got the game for Christmas and heard there was a tournament. Like, what is this? Yeah, it's 4-2 now. I don't even need either of my legendaries for this one. Okay, I'll bring in Kyogre just in case. Just in case, I'll bring in Kyogre, but I don't need any of my legendaries there. Dang it, I told myself I wasn't gonna meme this game. But he has his team! I don't know what it is! Look at this! Oh my gosh! Did they show his rating? I think I missed his rating. But, oh my gosh, what is this? Look at Fake Out's doing so much damage! Wait, did I pick Venusaur or Amoonguss? I think either one is actually fine. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I don't need... I don't even need Kyogre, I don't think. This guy, I feel so bad for him. Like, I just don't know what to say. I mean, he came in here, probably like, I'm gonna do well in this tournament. I've got these Pokemon that I really like. And then after I win this tournament, I can go and beat the game. And like, well, I don't know about that. I mean, he can pull something off with Prankster. Fake Out, yeah, there we go. He did some damage. I can say it wasn't a complete shutout. Oh my gosh, they're throwing all the little Timmy teams at me. Like, did they not see the title of the stream? This poor Darumaka comes out in the rain. He's a fire type. Just sees this Kyogre right in front of him. He's using Water Spout, max HP Water Spout in the rain. He never stood a chance. The worst part is that these little Timmy teams are making me so unprepared for when I do come across another actual team. Because the 2 losses that I took were against teams that had both of their legendaries. And that weren't like gimmick teams, because there was that one gimmick team with the starters and the legendaries. So when I come across an actual team, it's going to be like going from literal babies to Mewtwo's and Zygardes and Kyogres and Groudons. Which just reminded me of the random fact that for some reason I know that there was a point in which Zygarde was both the last Pokemon alphabetically and the last Pokemon in Pokedex number, and I believe Zygarde's the only Pokemon to be able to hold the distinction of having both of those. Alright. Calyrex and Zacian. I have fought one Calyrex. I'm gonna leave the thought at that. I'm not confident about this. I can't fake out on it. I can fake out Zacian if they send out both of them at the same time, then Behemoth Blade into Calyrex, hoping that I outspeed it. Oh, please, I hope I outspeed it. I would be so sad. I would be so sad if I lost turn 1 to Zacian and Calyrex. And Incineroar is also kind of there. I mean, if they send out something like Whimsicott, then I think I can Snarl. Actually, no, because then Tailwind, there's a guarantee that they would outspeed me. Yeah, I don't really think that I can... They might send out a Trick Room Pokemon thinking I have Regieleki. Which, in that case, it's not ideal, but I could rely on Venusaur for the match. I don't necessarily want to, but I can. Okay, and that's Zacian. Okay, so I don't have to worry about Calyrex yet. So that's fine. So I can knock out Urshifu and fake out Zacian, and we're good. I think Urshifu, there's a chance they Dynamax it. Okay, they withdraw it. Please send out Calyrex. I would love to kill Calyrex this turn. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. They just gave away the game, I think. Okay, Protect, that is totally fine. I am perfectly okay with that. His next turn, I'm just going to Parting Shot Zacian in case it doesn't kill my Incineroar. But I think that's a one-hit KO. Yeah. I cannot believe it. I am shocked that they did that. They handed me the game. Okay, so now I can kill Zacian and Parting Shot Urshifu. I think mine knocks out because they were at neutral attack. I'm at +1. It all depends. Okay, so it wasn't a KO. That's fine. That is also fine. His next turn, I can protect Zacian, Water Spout. I'm fairly certain Kyogre outspeeds it. And then they're down to 1. They're down to their support Pokemon, whichever support they chose for the game. I mean, yeah, I think this is good for me. I could Dynamax Kyogre if I didn't want to, if I didn't need to hit both, but I do think I need to hit both. And I'm fairly certain this is a double KO. Yep, that's the right move, just in case they outspeed Kyogre. Okay, so they protected too. So now it all depends on which one of these two is faster. Okay. You better hope you brought Whimsicott. Well, guess that answers that. I'm gonna try and go for the double protect. Just because I'm fairly confident that Zacian gets knocked out this turn. That's fine. I don't really care about Porygon Z too much. I've still got 3 attackers. Still 2 at the end of the turn if the double protect doesn't work. I'm 99% certain that Max Lightning doesn't kill Kyogre. Okay, and I got the double protect. That's big, because I can Behemoth Blade next turn. Yeah, that's GG. This is absolutely GG right there. Max Strike, who cares? I'm still Choice Scarfed. And it's 2v1. And that's the big thing, is that the Dynamax Pokemon can't hit both of us. So, right there it's GG. I mean, yeah, they kind of just left the game open for me to take as soon as they switched. Okay, and they forfeited. I mean, at least take the honorable loss. Like, don't quit on me. Alright. That went better than I expected, given my history of actual fair matches. And there's another team where they didn't read the rules. Okay. Should I switch it? Should I lead with Kyogre Venusaur or Kyogre Amoonguss? I kind of want to lead with a different lead this time, because I've been leading with Zacian every single game. Let's change it up a little bit. I mean, I'm still going to take the same 3 Pokemon. I'll take Amoonguss just for fun. Amoonguss hasn't gotten a game yet. I mean, it has, but it hasn't gotten to actually see any play yet. I want Amoonguss to get in there. I feel bad for it. Okay. So now we get Rain, and this is going to be an easy turn 1 knockout, because I don't have priority, and that's a fire type. Basically, any fire types in the rain against Kyogre are super dead. And then I'll Vine Lash on Indeedee, just to be safe. But I mean, this guy did get a win. His rating was above 1500, so he did get at least 1 win. So I don't know, maybe he got paired up with another little Timmy team. I don't know. Maybe he's just that good. Maybe I'm underestimating him. But I can say with certainty that Blacephalon dies this turn, and Indeedee probably does as well. I think he thinks I'm going for Scald. I don't know if he knows that I'm going for Water Spout. Yeah, that was a big hit. He does not really know what he's in for. And now he probably does. But he's got... If he sends out Gastrodon, I'm immune to Storm Drain, because I've A, got a spread move, B, Venusaur is going to murder Gastrodon. Umbreon is not a threat. Alakazam could potentially be a threat. We'll see how it goes. Conkeldurr? Okay. So yeah, Water Spout probably is going to win this, and then I'll Max Strike into whoever's left, if either one of them survives this hit. And I do want to see if Max Strike does turn into Geyser. Because I don't think I've actually been able to test that in-game. I've tested on Showdown, but not actually in-game, so I do want to see it for myself. Who are they? It's Max Conkeldurr. Okay. Oh, Focus Sash Alakazam. Okay. Interesting. I do think I targeted Alakazam with the Max Strike, because I thought that Alakazam would be the one to survive. It would be more likely to survive. Okay, so it does become Max Geyser. So that's good info. Probably wondering, what the heck type of water move can Venusaur learn? Okay, so Kyogre's dead. That is totally fine. I can literally just send in a Moongus, and the game will still be over. And watch this. I do not need Zacian. There we go. He gets some airtime. Let's go, a Moongus. We're gonna Rage Powder. Just, I want to be I want to have a precaution there. I don't want to lose Venusaur. Yeah, that did not do damage. So, oh, Hailstorm. Oh, I didn't use Rage Powder. I used Spore. I wasn't paying attention. Whoops. You know what? Conkeldurr's gonna be asleep, which is good. Yeah, this is a good thing. So, sure, I may need Zacian. I don't need Zacian! Oh my gosh! Venusaur with 1 HP! Holy shoot! That is hilarious! Okay. I can Giga Drain now, too. Or, even better, I can Pollen Puff Venusaur. And then Leaf Storm, and that if Leaf Storm doesn't knock out, Venusaur heals, and I can win next turn. This is absolutely fine. Yeah, look at that. I mean, this is actually insane. Because now, between chip damage from hail... Huh. Okay. I guess I just win. I didn't even need to think about next turn. I can't believe it. I cannot believe that that went down that way. Am I surprised he took a knockout? Not really. But am I surprised that Kinkelder survived that long? A. And B, that it was taken out by chip damage? Yeah, that was hilarious. But yeah, now that's frightening me. Not gonna really meme too much on the little Timmy teams anymore. Okay, so we've got Zacian and Groudon. Interesting. With Charizard probably as their Gigantamax. So I think now I've just got to go for the classic team of 4. I hope that they lead with one of their legendaries. Now, if they lead with both of them, that's not going to be good for me, but I hope they lead with one of them. Okay, there's Zacian. So I can fake out their Zacian and then knock it out with Behemoth Blade, probably. I think that's probably the best move for me. I'm not too afraid of Latias, because Incineroar is immune to Psychic. Zacian resists Psychic and is immune to Dragon. So I think we're good there. It's probably there for Tailwind support, if I had to guess. So I can taunt next turn. And we'll see who wins the speed tie. Oh. Okay. I was wrong. And they win the speed tie, which isn't great. I do want to use Taunt next turn, but then I'm afraid about the ally switch. Do I protect? What should I do? I think I taunt. No, I think I snarl. Get some more chip damage in there. Lower Latias' special attack. Maybe knock it out if I'm lucky. I don't know. I'm stressing a little bit right now because I want to be able to hit the Latias regardless. I don't want their ally switch shenanigans to keep going on. That is not fun. Okay, so they're both protecting, which is fine. Snarl's going to do more damage now because it's not hitting into both spots. Tailwind. Yeah, I figured that was coming. Now they're going to switch in Groudon. And they're probably going to Dynamax it. Oh, Grimmsnarl. Alright. And let's Parting Shot Zacian as well. So Zacian would be at -1 attack. I'm trying to think about what would be the optimal play here. I think it would be optimal to Behemoth Blade on Grimmsnarl, Parting Shot Zacian. Zacian's not hitting into Incineroar. I can tell you that 100% for a fact. Reflect is coming up. Yep, predicted that. So yeah, I wasn't knocking it out this turn. They're not knocking out my Zacian this turn. I mean, I could crit. That would be nice. Please. Could I crit on the Grimmsnarl? That would be fantastic. I think that was a crit. No, that was just... Jeez, that's damage. That's a lot of damage right there. So now Venusaur can max Quake into Zacian. Even if it protects, it's going to be doing damage. So I'm going to protect my Zacian just to be safe. Yeah, I protect mine just to be safe. I will actually... I think I'm actually going to Vine Lash into Zacian, because if it protects, then I can at least set up chip damage. And then next turn it's open to Quake. Okay. Here comes the Groudon, right? Oh, Clefable. Interesting. So Tailwind is going to be gone by the time Zacian gets back into play. I think. I'm fairly certain. I think it lasts 3 turns. And it's going to be coming in to deal with chip damage. And they're going to set up screens. And we're going to see how this goes. Oh. Alright. You know what? That is actually perfectly fine. I'm good with this. Because now I set up chip damage. I'm not worried about Clefable. I'm liking this a lot. I'm liking my positioning here. I think I'm in a good spot right now. Now it all comes down to that speed tie. Unless they protect. I'm gonna do both hits, and they don't have dual screens, which is good. Now both of my hits are going into the Zacian spot, which means that one way or another, it's more than likely going to get knocked out. If not, it's going to be in very poor health afterwards because of chip damage. Oh. I see. You know what? I can at least hope that Behemoth Blade knocks out Clefable. Then I just have to deal with Zacian. Because next turn I still have Incineroar, so I can Fake Out and then Behemoth Blade. I'm a little surprised. I haven't seen a single other Incineroar. I haven't seen a Landorus yet on any of my opponent's teams, so that's a little surprising to me. I would have thought I'd come across at least one by now. I'm surprised I haven't really seen a Moongus. I don't know. I'm just surprised by some of the Pokemon I'm seeing, but I'm also up against a bunch of little Timmies. So I don't know. I don't really feel like I'm getting the full VGC 2022 experience. Like, I mean, I have safety goggles on my Incineroar to protect against a Moongus' Spore and Rage Powder. So it feels like not everything that I've put into these Pokemon is playing out. Okay, so it doesn't get faked out, which is fine. I can protect next turn and Parting Shot. That way, it's going to be weakened. I'm good with this. Just right now, just stall him out. And then next turn, I can come in and pick up the knockout with either Kyogre or Zacian. I think he's got to realize at this point that it's GG right here. Even if he does pick up a knockout on my Zacian, then he's going to have to deal with more parting shots, more fake outs, and Kyogre. So I think they got to realize that it's game over right here. I hope they don't forfeit, because I think that's the dishonorable thing to do. But I do think they got to kind of just realize that this is it. They did what they could, and you know, GG. I think they made a mistake in not bringing Groudon. Yeah, I mean, I have Venusaur there specifically as a Groudon counter, so that way if I lose control of the weather, I at least have Chlorophyll Venusaur. But I think they would have a better shot if they had kept Groudon in. Or like if they had brought Groudon into the match instead. And that's match 10 of 15. Alright. Ooh, Yveltal. I haven't fought an Yveltal yet. Yveltal is one of my favorite restricted Pokemon, so I'm glad that it seems to have some relevance. That it just makes me really happy to see. Now, do I go for Incineroar or Regieleki? Is the question. Because that Hippowdon is a little frightening to me. But I can Volt Switch. Yeah. And then I don't even know if I need Venusaur. I could throw in Incineroar. I could have dual support. I'm going for a bit of a riskier play. Dual support. We're going to see how that goes. I'm liking it. I'm liking the idea. And then I'm free to Dynamax Kyogre or Regieleki if I'm feeling like I want to meme on them a little bit. Or if I feel like I need some extra speed control. Oh, they only got... Okay. Are they gonna get timed out on the character select screen? Like... I wonder if it auto-selects which Pokemon you're gonna bring in, or if it just doesn't bring any in. Okay, so it does bring them all in, if he didn't pick. Or she didn't pick, whatever. Okay. So here, I have a couple of options. They're probably going to Dynamax Gyarados. So I could Volt Switch. Volt Switch is probably the safe play. That way I get Intimidate in there as well. That way we're both at neutral attack. And I outspeed everything with Regieleki. So Volt Switch, unless they protect, is going to pick up the knockout. Or at least do a serious amount of damage to Gyarados. If they Dynamax, then they might just lose their Dynamax turn 1. That would be insane. Okay, so there it is. There's a Protect. Not good for me. It was probably actually the worst thing that could have happened for me. Because now... Oh. Okay. Sure. I mean, next turn, that makes this easy for me, because now I protect, Volt Switch, Intimidate, Behemoth Blade goes into Zacian most likely, so they can try and pick up the knockout on mine. Next turn, I fake out Behemoth Blade, there's Zacian. And that's GG. Are people running Jolly Zacian? Mine's Adamant, right? Mine seems to be losing all the speed ties, if there are speed ties. There's Hippowdon. That's not good. Oh, it's Salamence. Okay, that's fine. I'm perfectly okay with that. It's double Intimidate, though. That's not good for me. I'm getting a little bit of what their game plan is. That did a lot of damage, though. That was half health. And this is what we want to see right here. So now the question is, what does Zacian do? Do they attack into mine? I hope they do. Let's go. Alright, that's good. That is absolutely fantastic. Now I can knock theirs out. And then it's going to be a game from here. It's going to be a good game. I still have Regieleki in the back to deal with Gyarados. I'm probably going to have Yveltal as their Dynamax Pokemon. I have Kyogre as well, so I have Max Lightning. Either way, whichever Pokemon I decide to Dynamax. This is going to be good. I think I'm going to make chat smaller. A little bit. Just a little bit, because I can... It's a little bit too big. There we go. I think it's better. Okay, so there's Max Salamence. I'm not too worried about that. If I need to, I can lock myself into Ice Beam and then Dynamax Kyogre. I think he thinks that I'm afraid of Salamence, but I'm not. So I'm more than happy to lose my Zacian to Salamence if I need to, because I'm at -1 attack. So I'm fine with that if that's what happens. They're going to boost their speed. That's fine. Next turn I can just Parting Shot whichever Pokemon I'm more worried about. And my Zacian's at full health. So yeah, I can just do a decent amount of damage to whichever Pokemon I want. That's a third Intimidate, so I'm at -2 attack. But Behemoth Blade is still going to be a super effective hit effectively against Salamence. I can Parting Shot Gyarados, send in Regieleki, and then I'm good to go. And then I can decide from there, do I want to do Electro Web to sort of even out the speed control? I could Max Lightning on whatever, probably Yveltal. I'll figure it out. And if they didn't choose to bring in Yveltal, then I can switch in, like, they would probably have Hippowdon. Okay, so that's good. Love that. I'm working on the assumption that both of these Pokemon live into the next turn. That I'm not going to get anything knocked out. Okay, but I did pick up the KO on Salamence. That's good. That puts me in a much better position than I was expecting to be in. I can even switch out Zacian if I want to just flex on them a little bit. Like, I could switch Zacian and still not reveal what my fourth Pokemon is. Okay, so they have Mimikyu, which is fine. I can bring Incineroar back in. Electro Web is going to deal a ton of damage to Gyarados, and it's going to get rid of Mimikyu's Disguise, which is good. And then if they max Quake, I have Focus Sash. If they Shadow Sneak and Max Quake, then I just send in Kyogre. That's game. I think I've got them in checkmate right now. Gyarados is going to be at -1 attack. So is Mimikyu. Okay, Protect from Gyarados. He probably saw what was coming. And then Swords Dance on Mimikyu, right? It's got to be Swords Dance. Curse. Oh, that's interesting. It has been so long since I have seen anyone ever use Curse, actually. And they put it on Incineroar. Oh, they thought Zacian was going to be in. So I bet they're going to Shadow Sneak on Zacian. 100%. So Dynamax, and we're gonna max Airstream on. Oh, should I max Airstream? Because then my speed goes up. I'll just max Lightning for now. They probably won't see it coming. He probably thinks that my Zacian's going to be gone and that his Gyarados is going to be gone. But in reality, it's just going to be his Mimikyu that's gone. Watch, his Gyarados is about to Protect. Mimikyu is going to Shadow Sneak. And then Max Lightning's about to kill. So this is game right here. In fact, I am so confident. Sacred Sword, not very effective. Max Airstream. Neutral damage. They're going to forfeit right here. No? Okay. So I get speed up, which is good. Earthquake has a chance to do something, but it's game next turn at the very worst. I wonder if they realize that I'm just memeing on them at this point. That didn't do anything at all. At this point, I'm just kind of memeing on them because they can't do anything to me. So, it's just, like, eh. I mean, I just think it's a little funny. We like to have fun here, so. There we go. That is GG right there. Alright, so was that 11? I think that was match number 11, yeah. Alright, who am I playing? Okay. Alright, so this is about what I was expecting team-wise coming into this tournament. And I'm a little terrified. Looks like a big part of their game plan is speed control. I think this is another one where I can do the same setup, a bit risky setup. I can Volt Switch out of whoever they send out if I'm in a bad matchup. Then I can send in Incineroar, I can send in Kyogre. I have options there. And I have Speed Control, I have Intimidate, I have Fake Out, and I have 2 really powerful attackers. So I think this is another good... Yeah, 9-2 is pretty good. I've been on a nice streak, but I'm terrified that I'm going to lose it at any second. So I kind of want to... I like the setup of having 2 support Pokemon, 2 sweepers. Like here, I can Volt Switch Kyogre, or I can Electro Web. And either one I think would be a decent option. I think they might Dynamax Kyogre. I think there's a chance. I don't know if I want to Electro Web and Protect. I think that's probably the play, just in case. Because you never know. They could Water Spout. I don't want to lose Zashi in turn 1. Yep, and there's the Tailwind. So if I hadn't protected, almost certainly gone. And then I have Focus Sash. And then hopefully that Speed Drop is enough to get Regieleki back on top. That way, I can do this, and Volt Switch, please. Thank goodness. Okay, so that's a knockout on Kyogre. And now I get to send in something like, I could do Incineroar. Because my bet is they're gonna... Actually, no, Incineroar is probably better to save. That way, if they do send out their Zacian, I can swap someone out and get my Intimidate up. Ooh, okay. No, it was some damage. So Whimsicott's done. Their Tailwind is still up. The thing is, their Zacian can only target one of my Pokemon, so they have to decide which one is the bigger threat. But then, again, Origin Pulse could knock out Zacian. I don't think Behemoth Blade does, regardless. They have Regieleki. That's not good. So now, they control the board right now. Their Regieleki moves before mine, or moves before any of my Pokemon. So, what is the play here? That's the big question. They didn't Dynamax, so they're probably going to Dynamax Regieleki. And I think Incineroar is the switch here, because I can pull an Electro Web, another Electro Web. This is good because now their Zacian is at neutral attack. Yep, and there's the Dynamax on Regieleki. And I know it's Regieleki because Zacian can't Dynamax. So now Behemoth Blade, assuming I get to make the hit, which is not a guarantee, then I can still do something. So Max Lightning goes into Incineroar. And yeah, if they don't target it, if Zacian doesn't target into my Incineroar, I get Fake Out on their Zacian next turn. Which is actually phenomenal. Because I can then do Fake Out and Electro Web. Okay. So now, how much damage do I do to Aleki is the question. because it's a glass cannon. Okay, so that's good. It's good. So I live in the next turn. So I can protect, and then I can fake out into Zacian. And I think that stalls out their Tailwind. Which means next turn it would all come down to who wins speed ties between my Alecki and theirs, and then my Zacian and theirs. So it would essentially be an even game. If I win the speed tie with Alecki, then I Electro Web. I'm liking this setup. It's risky, but I mean, okay, Max Airstream isn't good. So now that does put me into a spot I don't want to be in. Tailwind petered out, so they win the speed tie between the Zacians. So basically, I lose both of these guys this turn. They're probably going to have Alecki max guard. Actually, they could do that. Actually, no, why would they? Because then they can knock out both of my Pokemon. Yeah. Thing is, I think Life Orb takes it out. I think Life Orb actually does knock it out. It took itself out. That's hilarious. I can't believe it. I mean, it's good for me. It actually is. Because now, yeah, even though they knocked me out, I have Kyogre and Regieleki. I'm fairly confident I outspeed Zacian with Regieleki. And then, obviously I don't have Focus Sash, they have Rusted Sword, because they're in Crown form. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure that I win. Because I Dynamax Kyogre, they use Behemoth Blade. It's a neutral attack. Actually, yeah, if they target into Kyogre, then Regieleki gets a hit. If they target into Regieleki, then yeah, this is just good for me. I can max Airstream to boost speed, or I can max guard. I like that. I like the max guard, actually. And then Origin Pulse has 85 accuracy, Water Spout is 100. I think Water Spout's probably the play there, just to be safe. Oh, I'm at 2 HP. Holy shoot, that's fantastic. I can't believe I got an HP boost. I was at 1 HP, now I'm at 2. Okay, so they went into Kyogre, which is good because now I resist the hit. That was absolutely the smart play. I'm locked into Water Spout, which isn't doing a ton of damage now because I'm below half health. It is rain boosted. I get max lightning, assuming that I actually am faster than it. Because it did outspeed Kyogre, which doesn't do typically. Okay. So now it all comes down to this final turn. Or it doesn't, I just win, okay. Guess I got a high roll on that damage roll. That's good. Alright. This is going a lot better than I expected it to. Especially even the title of the stream. So. But I'm not gonna count my chickens before the hatch. I could still go 10-5. So I think it's a very real possibility that I lose all of these other matches. We just have to wait and see. Okay, so this is looking like an interesting team. Sandstorm. They have Calyrex, which again, I'm very terrified of. I don't like it. I want it out of here. I hope that they make the same mistake that the other guy with Calyrex made. I'm going with my classic setup just because I don't want to risk anything. I've been able to have a little fun and have dual support, but now I need to be serious about this. And I do think it was a smart play the last couple of games to have dual support, and obviously it worked out. But I think this is the good move to make, to have all three of my attackers in. Okay. So Calyrex, I'm guessing, is going to Dynamax. Whimsicott is probably going to use Tailwind, and I want to taunt that thing so bad. I want to use Taunt. But A, it probably has Mental Herb. B, it still gets to pull off Tailwind if I use Taunt. So I'm going to Behemoth Blade, because that knocks out regardless, and then I'm going to Fake Out into Whimsicott. That way, Tailwind doesn't happen until they are, until Calyrex is gone. Okay, so they're not Dynamaxing Calyrex, so it just dies straight up. Okay, so it does get a hit in. Oh, it hits both of them. Jeez! What the frig? A crit! Oh, shoot. This isn't good. This is not good. I knew it. I was coasting this whole time. Said, oh, eventually I'm gonna have some opponent. He crits turn 1. He gets my Zacian. What is this? Oh no. Think it outspeeds me. Should probably use Origin Pulse just to be safe. Snarl is going to do a good amount of damage to it. I want to use Taunt again, but I feel like I'm going to need Snarl there. Memento! Oh yeah, why do I keep thinking that Memento knocks out both Pokemon involved? Jeez! Why? Yeah, this isn't good. Origin Pulse, I mean, at least it outspeeds it, but that's not going to do a ton. Now I hope that Snarl does damage. Okay, so they didn't pick up the knockout, which is good, and I do outspeed it, which is also good. Okay. Okay. I feel a little bit better now. I'm trying to think about what the best play is here. I'm assuming they're sending out Zacian. I don't know what else they have. Yeah, there's a Zacian. And what's the other one? Incineroar? Okay. So, what do I think they're going to do? And what do they think I'm going to do? That's the big question here. I think they're going to Fake Out Kyogre, but I also think that I need an Intimidate. So, I'm switching into Venusaur. It's probably not the best play I could make, but I think it's a good one. Now, also, if they think I'm going to Dynamax Venusaur, then they Behemoth Blade into it, and that's a knockout. If they knock out Kyogre this turn, then I can Fake Out Zacian next turn, and they're Dynamaxing Incineroar. I don't know what that means. Probably means Max Flare is coming out. That also means that activates Chlorophyll. Attacker Incineroar. I was actually thinking this morning that next time I want to do Attacker Incineroar because nobody would expect it. But now, this guy's doing it for me. He stole my idea. He took my next tournament video. He took my next tournament stream idea. Okay, so Kyogre's gone. I can fake out next turn. That's fine. It's all good, well and good. Max Knuckle, okay. So they're going for an attack boost there. It's not very effective on Venusaur. So yeah, I think I've got to fake out on Zacian, and then Dynamax. Max Quake will knock it out, guaranteed. And the special defense boost probably isn't going to do anything. If I'm lucky, they use Max Knuckle on Incineroar, thinking that they're going to be able to Behemoth Blade Venusaur. So then that would allow me to, next turn, use Max Geyser on Incineroar for the knockout. This is going to be interesting. Alright. So that picks up the knockout. They just have Incineroar left. And I have no idea how to handle this thing. Because I haven't dealt with an attacker Incineroar ever. Incineroar has always been in a support role. And that's kind of why I wanted to do one in the future. But now, kind of pulled the rug out from under me. Okay, so they went for Max Knuckle on Incineroar, which is good. And obviously they have double attack. But I can Max Geyser next turn. And that's going to be good for me. And then if they Max Flare, then I guaranteed outspeed it, which means I get a guaranteed hit. And I think this is going to be GG. Hopefully I survive this hit. Yep, here comes Max Flare, half damage because of the rain. Okay. So now, Chlorophyll activates, and this is the genius behind having Venusaur on the rain team. This is the genius behind it, because now I can Max Quake, and that's GG's. Like, it didn't matter if they protected or anything. I'm shocked that I was able to turn this game around. Because as soon as turn 1, Zacian gets knocked out, I'm like, oh crap, I don't have anything I can do. I have no idea how I was able to turn that game around. That's insane. This is absolutely the luckiest break I've ever gotten. Holy crap. I have 2 matches left, right? Yeah, I think I have 2 matches left. Okay. So we share 4 of 6 Pokemon. This is interesting. Now the question here is, what do I think the optimal plays are? I think the Classic 4 is the optimal play here. I mean, Regieleki would be great. But, I mean, yeah. Moltres is interesting. It's probably got something like Hurricane, maybe Extrasensory. Solar Beam. It's probably a Dynamax. It might have Max Flare to counter other rain teams to take control of the weather. So we'll see how this goes. Oh, they're not leading with either of their legendaries. So the question here is, what do I do? I think that they're going to Dynamax the Moltres. So Behemoth Blade is probably a good play there. I want to protect to scout out what they're going to do, but I don't think it's worth it. I think Fake Out's probably smart there. I would... Yep, there it goes. Yeah, I'd love to be able to knock out the Regieleki, but yeah, I don't think that's going to be doing me any favors. Because then I leave Moltres completely alone, which don't want to ignore that thing. Next turn I can protect. But this turn, I want to do some quick damage. I want to make sure Regieleki doesn't get to pull anything off. And yeah, Flare's probably going to do the pick up the knockout. Alright. So now, I think the right play is sending Kyogre, get rid of that Sun, and then... Actually... This brings up the possibility of an interesting play. They're going to probably use an electric attack into Kyogre. So sending out Venusaur would allow me to negate that damage. I can Parting Shot Moltres. It becomes less of a threat. It doesn't completely go away, because, I mean, obviously it's going to still be there. It's going to still be doing damage. But at the same time, yep, there's Electro Web, so I'm not taking a big hit that I would have. If they max Flare to take control of the weather, I get Chlorophyll next turn. There's Airstream, okay. But this is also good because I still Parting Shot, I still get to switch in Kyogre, which means I still get Intimidate from Incineroar, I still get Fake Out from Incineroar, which is big. I think I lose this match, because they almost definitely have both Zacian and Kyogre in the back. But I have a chance. And obviously with the last game, that's all I need. So we have Choice Scarf. I think Water Spout knocks out both of them. And I know that I outspeed Zacian, which is good. Oh. Okay. Yeah, so they knock out Kyogre next turn. That's not good. Next turn, they're going to Thunderbolt, and they're going to have their Kyogre use Water Spout or Origin Pulse. So it's GG's right here. Yep, I know when I'm down and out. Now, I could Snarl. And I could Dynamax. I haven't Dynamaxed yet. I didn't. Venusaur's dead, right? They knocked it out. Yeah, they knocked it out. So I didn't get the opportunity to Dynamax yet. So I can max Lightning. because Dynamax gets rid of choice locking. So I will still get the speed from the choice scarf, but I will be able to use any move unrestricted, which is very good. I think that in situations like this, it's absolutely phenomenal that you can do that. Okay, so they have Electro Web. Incineroar avoids it, so it's going to deal a ton of damage to Kyogre. It did almost 100 damage right there, and I get the speed lowering, which is not fun. The Water Spout knocks out Incineroar, so I don't get the parting shot, or the Snarl, rather. But you know what? I can potentially knock out their Kyogre. Okay, I don't. Okay, well, it was worth a shot. If it had worked, then it would have been absolutely phenomenal. I mean, GG. This guy was good. He knew exactly what I was planning, and he took the opportunity to counter every move I made. So that's 11-3, I think. Definitely better than I expected, which is good. Alright, so this is going to be, I believe, the last game of the day. I'll double check once I'm finished with the match. You know what, let's do a different theme. Or not. Okay. Complete accident. Get on the same one. Okay, battle against Wendell Bomb. Okay. And he's only got one restricted Pokemon. So that's good. Dracovish. Haven't seen that in a long time. Nobody's watching right now. But in the comments, if someone's watching this in the future and you make it to this point, can we get a thank you, Mr. Fish, in the comments? Oh wait, why is it telling me I don't have any viewers? Savage Jar Jar is still here. What? Hold on. What? Okay, something's wrong with my streaming software. Oh well. Alright. So they did not send out their Zacian, which could either be a very good thing or a very bad thing. Don't really know what their plan is. I think for now I'm going to fake out Cloyster, next turn I'll Parting Shot, or maybe I'll just switch out. I don't know if I should be afraid of it or not. I thought they were going to Dynamax, or Gigantamax Snorlax rather. So, we'll see how that does. Okay. Is Snorlax going to use Belly Drum? Yep. Thanks, Savage Jar Jar, for the thank you, Mr. Fish. Love to see it. The Sacred Sword on Snorlax, and then I'll just do a normal switch. I want to have it Intimidate in the back just in case. Yep, there we go. Would not have been good to have Incineroar get knocked out when he still has Zacian in the back. Oh, Cinderace. Interesting. So now, I think Behemoth Blade on Cinderace is probably the right thing to do. A Giga Drain Cloyster to try and get some of that health back before Gigantamaxing. Okay, so we have Big Cinderace. So Behemoth Blade, is a smart thing. Probably going to use something like a Max Airstream, maybe a Max Knuckle. They could do... Actually, no, Max Flare is probably the good move for them. Or, yeah, Max Flare, because they're going to knock out either of my Pokemon. Yeah. So Zacian's done, which is fine, because I do have Kyogre. I still can control the weather. If they have Zacian in the back, then I do have Incineroar for that Intimidate. So I still have options, which is good. And I have Chlorophyll, which is fantastic. Hopefully Giga Drain picks up the knockout. There we go. Love to see it. So now Venusaur's at full health. I can Dynamax next turn. And really, everything depends on... Well, actually, yeah, I don't get to see the last Pokemon, so... Incineroar is probably the safe move. They probably have Zacian. I can take advantage of Chlorophyll for at least one turn. Yep. This is totally the right play. I can fake out Zacian. And Earth Power. Take out Cinderace. Yep. If they use Max Airstream, if they outspeed Venusaur and they use Max Airstream, I'm going to be a little disappointed. That's the one thing about Cinderace, is that it's fast and it can change its type. So I can have a plan, and then just completely goes to crap as soon as the turn starts. So hopefully I outspeed it, and hopefully it doesn't use Airstream. Okay, we're golden. This is absolutely phenomenal. Okay, not knockout, but that's fine. They probably will use Max Airstream. Yep. And then Libero turns it to a flying type. So that means it's going to get the knockout on Venusaur. Oh, no? Okay. Good, good, good. And now, Snarl, and then I know I'm getting knocked out. I'll just do Vine Lash. That way, if something does go right, then, or rather, I guess if something goes wrong at this point, then I can get some chip damage. Snarl will hopefully pick up the KO on Cinderace. And then I get the last word on what the weather is. Okay, so that is also fine. Okay, so now, here's the fun part. I get control of the weather. So, I think Zacian outspeeds me at this point. But, I don't know whether I should lock myself into Water Spout or Origin Pulse. Origin Pulse could miss. What I want to do is I want to penalize Zacian for hitting Kyogre. And I'll do Origin Pulse, just because it's more consistent damage. And yeah, that's what we want to see. Alright, so that's the knockout, and it's GG's. Alright. Okay. Doing a lot better than I expected. with this tournament, so that's good. I'm liking this a lot. I still have to say I'm not a particularly huge fan of the restricted format, but I mean, it has enabled me to win some battles. I've reached the maximum number of battles I can have in one day. Alright. Yeah. That was fun. It was fun, and I did end up having a schedule change for work, so I won't be able to stream tomorrow, unfortunately. But I will schedule time to stream on Sunday for the last day of the tournament. And I will provide updates once the next round of matches starts. So follow me on my Twitter if you want to see updates on the tournament as I battle tonight and tomorrow while I'm not at work. So thank you all very much for watching. Special thanks to Savage Jar Jar to sticking it out through the whole stream. And I will see you all on Sunday with part 2